there, folks. Have returned. Work has conspired. Work and life have conspired to keep me away from my beloved Factorio. Not a ton. I have some stuff accomplished, so yes. What have we done? What have we done? We are currently building factory. We have the rocket silo researched, rocket fuel, LDS, blue circuits, have everything we need to go to space. However, I want to be able to build, we're going to have to have the capability to begin shipping massive quantities of things right away. We are slowly but surely running out of resources in our base. Not super fast. I mean, especially considering how much research we have actually done. You can see the attrition on our patches isn't as bad as it could be. We have 2 copper, and it looks like maybe 3 iron that can be assimilated into our main base, which I think is enough to keep us trucking for quite some time. So we're in blue science. We have access to all the blue science things. Some of the things I personally want is I want to be able to move around the map quicker. I want to have some construction bots on myself. We do have access to bots. In order to build bots, however, we need red circuits. We are making red circuits for blue science, of course. At the moment, we're not doing any blue science. Looks like we're missing any. Science on the green and red belt. I generally expect like a nice flat 900 science per minute there, but they look pretty healthy. So we're just gonna forget about that. But yes, we are making red circuits, so technically I could make things like modules and bots. However, considering the number we're going to need, I'm going to build a base-wide bot network here. Because I want to. This is at least part of the thing, but also because I want to be able to set my base and forget about it when I'm off planet, because we're going to have to build much larger on the other planets, which means more time on the other planets, which means I'm going to be away. So I want to be able to have what I need to fix the base, extend it, so on and so forth. So our current plans are to use this gigantic smelting array. 1 column for iron, 1 column for copper, 1 column produces steel. I mean, we're not going to get, starting out at least, we're not going to get 5 full red belts of steel here. Certainly not. But it'll increase as time goes by. Eventually, this area would be replaced with calcite-driven molten metal production. And what this array is going to feed is our circuits production, which is going to produce green, red, and blue. Blues for various things we build, plus mainly blues for rocket launches. We build rocket fuel, large rocket fuel build. We have a large LDS build, because we're going to have a good number of silos. I'm thinking they're going to go right about here. Circuit production, somewhere around here. This fucking mine is very annoying, but we need that copper. So right now we're building infrastructure. I was beginning to build belts for this stuff to just feed down here, but I realized I want this to be a little more permanent. Like this, I don't want to rebuild this section. I'll replace the supply for metal, for iron plate, copper plate, and steel plate. I'll replace that supply eventually. But I'm not going to replace my circuit build, rocket fuel, LDS. We're also out of the circuits. We're gonna be able to make bots, modules, and then of course we'll have a new mall area up here. So all of that stuff, all the factories that build things are not going to move. They're going to be large, way more than we need at first. But space platform is the other thing we got to build lots of. So lots of things are going to be fed off of this. So this is largely going to be a permanent thing. Ores are going to be brought in by train. Right now they're being smelted the old-fashioned way, so to speak, but eventually they'll be done with molten metals. So we've been building this out slowly. We expanded the wall here because we filled in a lake. We're going to use some of this area for our train depot. We're doing a depot-based sort of LTN clone using the interrupts. We are using AI loaders for train stations. That's the primary reason I included them in this save, because I hate unbalanced train stations with the fiery passion of my soul. So, because in my previous 1000X run in Factorio 1.1, I used bulk train loaders. Now, by and large, great little mod, love it. I think they've made a version for 2.0 by this point. So I highly recommend it. However, it introduces a situation much like the small chest unloading method, where you have 16 chests. Let's say you have 4 train cars, 4 chests per car for a buffer, so on and so forth. What ends up happening without fail is you end up with unbalanced buffers. With bulk train unloaders, it becomes an even worse problem, because the things hold so much material that the imbalances become hard to overcome. So you end up finding out, hours into a research that the fucking train's been sitting at a station for an hour because it can't unload entirely. You can fix that, of course, with the good old inactivity flag on the schedule condition. I never did it in an automated way. It didn't happen enough that I felt I needed to automate the problem at a different station schedule. So what I ended up doing instead, just when it did happen, I would find the train and send it back to the provider. So one thing I wanted in this run is I wanted to not deal with that problem any longer. And so this, while perhaps potentially expensive from a UPS standpoint, because large chests are expensive, this is a strategy very commonly used in space exploration, and I think it makes for a good solution, non-cheaty solution. Like, I won't use loaders much. I've decided to use the lubricated type. But anyway, slowly building it out. I was just starting to lay out my train depot, which is going to go up here. This station here is going to be for coal, or fuel, I mean. We are initially going to use solid fuel. This will eventually be a I will eventually request rocket fuel. 17K is the number for stuff that stacks to 50. What does rocket fuel stack to? 20. 5, 12. 10,240 is what that'll hold. Right? 1024, yeah. 10,240. No. Yeah. Right? Yes. 10,240. Each train will be able to carry. It's a good question. Sorry for my indecisiveness here. I'm just trying to think ahead as to what I want. Switching to nuclear fuel can be done at some point, if need be. Have to go address the situation over there eventually. We are starting to take attacks down here. Very light ones so far. I would have sworn we'd get some attacks from over here at this point. Because we are polluting. Just starting to pollute that nest. Well, each train car is going to carry 800. So that's 3,200. 10,240. This costs 7,000. So yeah, so eventually that's going to the depot. So trains are be 5 cars, or 6 cars, I'm sorry. 2 locomotives, 1 on either end, because they're going to be double-ended. So we're going to go, we'll just call it there. I want to make it expandable to a certain degree. Six, 7, 8. Not sure if this kind of depot structure is a good or a bad idea. You know, as of now, the only way out is back through. This could be a point of congestion. Although we could, like, make it so they can go through as well. Doubles the output of both sides. Channels on this spot. Quite a bit. Try to alleviate this problem. Build a bell buffer. Ton of build. Do I have enough to finish this? Maybe. Not quite. Ah, shit. Not gonna be a super long stream today. I do have to get my son up shortly so that we can go to his doctor's appointment. Just a routine checkup. Another loop in here. The lengths one goes to in order to not have to pick up ammo. I'm gonna dirty up my inventory with all that ammo. Kidding me? Belt is not in our way. This particular infrastructure project is going to take quite a while to complete. Apologies to anyone who wishes I'd be going to space sooner. Yeah, as I've said before, like, this is how I like playing Factorio. Like, you struggle against the lack of technology, which means your scale is big. In order to avoid rebuilding key infrastructure, you have to sort of plan things out a little bit better. In my first 1000X base, I did a really big, like, city block type design. It was cool. It worked. Once it was built out, the train network was pretty robust. It didn't deadlock. Had enough blocks that trains could path their way. Could achieve paths pretty easily. Let's see here. That's what we want. That's what we want. Some space here. For where the... So that means... Okay. That works, right? So you can stick that there. And then you would go like this. Oh, look at that. We didn't even have to move that belt, but too late, we already did. You know, because they're going to be dual-sided trains, certainly isn't strictly necessary, but in order to ensure that the depot here doesn't suffer from slow deploying of trains, we want to be sure that trains will have two directions. Each train will have two directions that it can go, so that if one train is occupying, say, the inner or the outer, it can achieve another way. So yeah, we're gonna leave that at, right now that's 16. Don't know that we'll need more trains, but we're gonna leave it open for more trains, certainly. Maybe leave it so that there's enough room for another $16. That gives us 32 deployable trains, so to speak, which is more than enough probably for most. Yeah, so I don't know if this kind of a depot is dumb or not, but it's what we're going with. Anyway,